Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. We're here on board the Bolt Hole. I think we are about to start the final mission here in this bonus campaign. I went on board the Bentang. There was nothing new to explore, or no one new to talk to, so let's go ahead and talk to the crew one more time, and then I guess we'll get the show on the road. Ractor glances up from his workstation, an eyebrow arcing upwards as he turns to face you. Under the desk, Koshi dips its chassis in recognition. Well, my friend, our fortunes have undergone a interesting turn, have they not? I would not have thought it to find myself cast out to sea, but here we are. Well, we get to hang out with pirates. I'll take that over an HKPF task force any day. Indeed. In point of fact, I'm rather enjoying the change of scenery. There is something soothing, almost meditative, in watching sea mines bob to the motion of the waves. A relaxed smile spreads across his face. He absent-mindedly fishes a cigarette out of his breast pocket. They're really quite lovely, you know, like enormous sea urchins with shells of rusted iron, pregnant with destructive potential. I'll give you this, Ractor. You have an interesting way of looking at the world. Yes, my friend. I suppose that I do. He snatches a torch, or butane torch, from the desk, flicks it on, and whisks his cigarette through the flame. A plume of gray smoke curls toward the ceiling. You will forgive me my flights of fancy, I'm sure. How are you enjoying life on the Bentang? He pauses a moment, considering. Truthfully, I rather like it. She's a lovely old vessel, and well suited to her role as a floating fortress. And you? How are you enjoying our new, if temporary, home? Well, she's well armed, I'll give her that. As long as she keeps the HKPF at bay, I'm happy to be here. The police wouldn't dare venture anywhere near this ship. What is our value compared to that of a patrol boat, or the lives of her crew? He shakes his head. Too much to risk for too little gain. They will not come for us here. And he wasn't on the run, so... That may be the last time we talk to Ractor, guys. That is a shame. And Gaichu is seated cross-legged on the floor of his cabin, his swords unsheathed in front of him. An array of tools rests nearby, and the air is thick with the scent of clove oil. The tools include a stack of small paper squares, several stones, a tiny metal pick, and a high-tech vice grip of some sort. He raises a hand in greeting as you enter. Pardon me if I do not stand, Shan. Fine as these swords may be, they require as much maintenance as any other weapon. Burrs to be sanded out, dents to be reformed, etc. The salt air here does the blades no favors. Please, make yourself at home. What's the vice grip for? It is a diamond coating rebonder. It cannot replicate the Dakoti process that covers the blades, but it can patch spots where the diamond edge coating has worn away or become rough. The materials are rather expensive, as you may guess. Now, what may I do for you? And he didn't go on the run either. That's a shame. I'm really fond of these guys. But if we're taking on Krait, we need to take the people who were most affected by it, you know what I mean? That'd be Duncan, Iso, and Gobbet. You find Duncan pacing the small room, his thoughts elsewhere, but his reverie breaks as soon as you approach him. He looks thankful for the distraction. What's up? What'd you think of the last run? Duncan grits his teeth at the question. Lamb. That fracking traitor. For all the senior inspector's planning and big promises, this task force ended up getting boned just as badly as we usually do by our clients. Leaking information, switching sides, raising the stakes. I know that as runners, it's us versus everyone else, but it's at times like these when I really feel it. He opens and closes his hands as if trying to work out all the tension in them. We might have lost our advantage, but that's never stopped us before. Yeah, and it won't stop us now. I needed to vent. Thanks for listening, Caleb. We're balls deep in this now. No way out. I'm ready to change the subject. How about you? Looks like we're just having some short conversations with these guys. Check with ISO and Gobbet, make sure the noodle machine has not killed anyone, and we should be good. You sense the change in the environment immediately upon entering the room. Seconds later, it hits you. It's quiet in here. The usual drone of beeps, hums, and fans is conspicuously absent. ISO leans against the steel table, picking what looks like glass off of a warped circuit board. Her profile is illuminated with a blue-green glow by the glowing screen beside her. She looks up at you with heavy eyes, and she speaks, and her tone is grave. So, it all comes down to this. Looks like it. You ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Her hand pauses, and a piece of glass falls from between her fingers. She hesitates and sets down the circuit board. Try your best not to die, Shan. I will if you will. The little Decker rolls her eyes at your comment, but the corner of her mouth lifts into a smile. Yeah, Shan. Okay. I can do that. What'd you think of the last run? ISO's eyes are cold when she looks at you. A bitterness creeps into her voice when she speaks. We saw it coming. No, we should have seen it coming. Hell, with our luck, it's a wonder that both Lamb and Q didn't turn on us. Sure, we still have the company woman on our side, but things have gotten a lot more complicated. Just for once, I wish we could be one step ahead of our enemies. She shakes her head and tosses her hands up in defeat. Oh well, nothing but old news now. The only thing we can do is learn from it and move on. Okay, that's enough from ISO. You got anything to say? Thought not. You enter Gobbet's cabin to find her gulping something from a chipped plastic mug. As the mug's contents slosh and churn, a sharp antiseptic note stings your nostrils. She glances up from her drink and locks eyes with you. The pirates make this. I think it's like a kind of whiskey. She frowns down at the mug. I don't know what they make it from, but it tastes like salty turpentine. Why are you drinking it? Because I needed a drink, and this stuff kicks like a mule. I mean, it's definitely swill, but it's powerful swill. You want some? Sure, hit me with it. She hands you the mug. The antiseptic odor hits you in the sinuses again, bringing water to your eyes. It smells anything but appetizing, and it doesn't look much better. Bottoms up. You tilt back the mug and fill your mouth with liquor. The flavor is repulsive. It's closer to an industrial solvent than a beverage, and your stomach turns as the fluid traces a grainy, fiery trail down your throat. Every bodily instinct that you possess urges you to spit it out, to purge yourself of the horrible poison that you've ingested. Well, we got willpower 6 or body 6. Let's go mind over body. Ignore your instincts and swallow the liquor. You fight your rebelling body and force yourself to keep the fluid down. A few seconds later, a pleasant warmth begins to radiate from your chest out through the tips of your fingers. The aftertaste is still vile, but the buzz is quite pleasant. Nicely done, Seattle. 10 points for style. She smiles at you. So, what did you want to talk about? Go ahead and tell me. I'm all ears. What do you think of the Bentang? It's a tricked-out barge that doesn't go anywhere. That makes it a glorified raft. Thinking back to the last raft we spent time on, the sinking ship, think of the Drek that went down there. Remember the smell of the killing pit? The disease-ridden rat monsters that tried to eat us? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, well, then you already know the answer to your question. It's not that I don't appreciate what the pirates are doing for us. Hell, I kind of like some of them. They're a fun group. I just prefer to hang out on dry ground is all. Her knees flex as she adjusts to a sudden sway of the deck, a rogue wave. After it passes, she puts her hands on her hips and focuses on you. Anyway, what about you, Seattle? How are you enjoying the pirate life? It's a temporary fix for a bad situation, and I'm at peace with that. Sounds like we're on the same page, more or less. Let's just try to make it as temporary a fix as possible, eh? I don't want to spend any more time out here than I have to. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Change the subject. Surprise me. What'd you think of the last run? Well, we got some answers, and we didn't get killed, so that's something, I guess. Can't say I'm thrilled about being betrayed like we were, or hunted down, or any of that, but I guess that it beats getting shot. If there's a silver lining to be found here, I guess it's that we know where we're going next. Granted, we don't know what we'll find when we get there, but we've got a destination. That's better than nothing. And that's all from Gobbet. Now, the reason I think this is probably the last mission in the bonus campaign is because it gave us an opportunity to finish up all of our other jobs. So, and I remember Q said something about breaking Kindly Chang's orb, and the pieces of it were going to be in the trailer, but it's not letting me on there, so I guess we just have to move on. Oh, by the way, I spent the karma, or at least most of the karma. I went ahead and got Unarmed 8. Since dodging and damage taking isn't really a big concern for Shan, especially with all the medkits and such that he has, I figured just increasing his ability to hit would probably be a little bit better in this situation. Okay. Jomo nods at you with a mischievous grin. Things all sorted out now? Utama happy? Q2? How can Jomo help you today? Let's finish this. Take me to Tai Po to face Krait. You sure? Might be a one-way trip. Yeah, take me there. Ooh, here we go. Now, I'm curious if we can actually hire... Oh, no, just our normal set of runners. I was wondering if we could hire that one runner that we were talking to in the last episode. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get all the familiar faces. The crew that is most affected by Krait and her shenanigans. So, that will work. Let's go ahead and confirm. And travel to Tai Po. Need to make sure we get everyone outfitted too. We still have a ton of medkits and whatnot in the stash, so it's not going to be that big of an issue, I don't think. At least we have plenty of res kits. Now, I am kind of nervous about taking Gobbet into this situation because it's probably going to be heavy resistance, but we gotta make best with what we have. You watch the benteng drift slowly out of view as the drunken mistake bobs turbulently on dark, choppy waves. Angry rain dimples the water's surface and obscures the world around you in a haze. Before long, the warehouses appear on the horizon, great gray silhouettes looming just beyond the docks. Krait and her people are guarding a warehouse here. You don't know what you're going to find inside, but this is the last lead that you have to follow. If the conspiracy within the SDU is going to be stopped, it has to happen tonight, in that warehouse. Q sits nearby, her fingers pressing into her temples, a sign of her distress, no doubt. But despite her evident discomfort, she still looks present and alert. Tai Po, once a small fishing village, now encrusted with cheap industrial warehouses, grows ever closer. Water whips down from the sky as you bump up against the docks. You've arrived. Well, that's foreboding. Alrighty. Gear right here is still in good shape. For Shan, at least. Now, unfortunately, I cannot unlock... Icon is missing. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. Customize silver gun. Yeah, I can't touch anything here. Unless... Nope. Well, that is a shame. Let's go ahead and put in a res kit and 2 more med kits for ISO. Now, Duncan, this is... we got to get Selena. Selena's definitely got to go. And I think... And the Ares assault rifle that we got earlier will definitely help. We're going to do a gold trauma kit and one of the good med packs. I forgot that we have so many good med packs. We may go ahead and switch some out here. Let's look at what Gobbet has, and we can work from there. Okay. So, we've got... I'm going to have Gobbet with a platinum, just in case she gets hit. And probably one of the really nice med kits. Because we don't really use drugs a whole lot. Nemesis pistol. Now, what we have in here, that is a TMP. Range medium. Auto turret burst gun. Sure. Apparently Gobbet can equip it, so I'm not going to argue with it. And that one's good. And Shan's rocking. You know what? We can probably get everyone that we can equipped with the really nice. Switch them out. Come on now. Just take a little bit of time here. However, it's worth proper. What was that? What were those? What are the 5 P's? Prior or prepare. I forgot what it was called. It was like the 5 P's of success. Prior preparation. I don't know if it's 5. My dad had a variation of it, which was prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. There we go. So that works, I think. Make sure everything else is kosher. Yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. Now I wonder if we're going to get into a fight like as soon as we get onto land, or if we have a little bit of leeway to do some stealthiness. Well, it's raining. Of course, it's always raining in this game. There we go. Cold rain lashes your face as you take your place on the Tai Po dock. The storm is loud, practically deafening. Periodic thunderclaps roar like distant cannon fire, and the flash of lightning stabs at your eyes. Q stands beside you, bracing herself against the storm. She turns to Captain Jomo, practically shouting to be heard over the howling wind. "Jomo, any chance anyone caught sight of us in the way in?" The pirate cups his hands to his mouth and barks out his reply. "You insult me! Krait's traitorous pigs were as blind to our approach as..." She shouts back, cutting him short. "Yes, we've got it, thank you." She pauses a moment as a sudden gust of wind nearly bowls her over. Straightening, she leans towards you. "Okay, we already know that the SDU is patrolling the area. There'll probably be an Ares presence on site too. We need to be surgical in our approach. Take them from ambush if possible and kill them quickly. That means that we creep ahead, not sprint. And if we spot them, we shoot them before they catch sight of us. Got it?" "Don't worry about me. Are you going to be alright?" "I'm as good as I'm going to be. Head still pounding like a jackhammer, but I'll manage. We've got the element of surprise on our side. On top of that, visibility and comm reception have been shot to dreck by the storm. All these things are good for us." Gobbet hurtles forward, her teeth chattering, her rats peeking out from pockets. "Yeah, I just love Shadowrunning in zero visibility weather with ice water surging around my knees and no feeling in my fingers. It's fracking great." "All right, let's do it." She claps you on the shoulder and her hand feels like ice. "Lead on, Shan, and remember, when you see hostiles, take them out. If they manage to raise an alarm, you better believe that security personnel will flood into that warehouse, and that's a complication that we don't need." "Got it." Now let's take a look around. Eliminate alerted enemies before they can alert Krait. Sounds good. Double check to see if there's any kind of shortcuts or whatnot that we can take. Does not look like it. And I'm focusing more on what's up ahead. Looks like empty streets. So let's be... Oh, Lord. Perimeter secure, sir. Very good. SDU Mage. So there's some enemies right there. Where... Holy crap, that is a long way. And that's obviously blocked. Let's try it this way. Have to get a little bit of our metal gear on, which is interesting. Take the long way around, perhaps? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Keep low. Well, we've got an alley that we can go down. Yeah, this is good. This is very good. Is this... how far are we to the site? Okay, not nearly as bad as it could be. Move up just a little bit. Now, should we head this way or see if there's any other additional routes we can take? We could go ahead and try over here. This is probably a miserable time of it, too. We got another courtyard. That was terrible. Okay, they're having a conversation. Oh. Okay. Easy there. If maybe... I thought it was going to let us go on the other side of the wall. That would have been amazing, were that the case. Well, I'm not exactly sure. Because we need to kind of call our shot as to what exactly we're going to do. And that office is very, very locked. Knight Errant. I'll tell you what. Let's be a little bit conservative here. We're going to go ahead and save the game. 222 karma spent as well. Awesome. And let's see what happens if we can actually get in here. And we're in combat mode. Get ourselves all buffed up and good to go. Get some haste onto our favorite physical adept. And we've got the 2 guards and the mage. Let's just rush right up here. Hi guys, how you doing? And knock him out. Because the sooner we kill these guys, the better off we'll be. Duncan, let's break out Selena. It is that time. Nice little aim shot. Oh, come on, Duncan. What is the range on that thing? I think the range is long. It's alright, though. Now, Q... because Shan can take the blast. There we are. Now, are you guys going to make a run to the alarm, or what are you going to do? Nothing much. Alright, I'm okay with that. Take out this mage. And that will definitely make life easier for all involved. Well, except for them, but we're not counting them. See if we can finish this guy off. Awesome, now we're fighting like good, or at least our Shan is. One more shot. Come on. Good job. And we got an access card. Ares Security Access Card. So what is this now? Did we find like a side entrance or some such? Okay, computer's over here. We have a terminal. Somebody left us a terminal without logging out of their admin account. A power schematic fills the screen, illustrating the flow of electricity into the warehouse and its surrounding buildings. You take note of the information and return the energy map screen that the terminal was running when you found it, and leave it as you found it. Ooh. Investigate the substation. Alrighty. Well, I guess taking this route definitely helped out some. Now, what is this here? There's a faint light coming through the crack in the door, and you can hear someone muttering to themselves. Should we go in? He'll probably set off an alarm. While this terminal is powered on, its display has gone dark. A small cable connects the machine to a large matrix server enclosure in the back of the office. You spend a few minutes tapping commands into the keyboard and fiddling with the terminal's inputs, but the display never powers up. If there's an obvious way of accessing the system, you can't find it. You can probably force your way in through by way of the matrix port in the attached server, though. Ah, okay. So it looks like ISO is going to do a little bit of decking, and we will do that at the beginning of the next episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.